Okay, Mr. Mondragon. We have Mr. Mondragon here. We're reviewing him about like how he could, like, I don't know, what is it, Mr.? I don't know what it's called.
So it's on ideas that will get teachers and students on the same page for helping you guys.
So like, go. Just do it.
It's not the right.
I don't know, Mr. We don't have questions, but we have this.
Yeah.
So, one, do you enjoy your job? Like,
I love my job teaching. The best part about teaching is I get to work with, at first, your first couple of years, you only get to see students. But then 10 years in, 12 years in, you start to get to see all the students that you work with as adults, and then it gets really fun.
okay.
What is the most interesting part about your job, mister?
The most interesting part about my job, I'm only 15 years in, but I've never had the same day twice. Like, I literally leave my house every morning with a plan that never goes as planned. Every day is, I start out heading one direction and then have to react to all the things that come along the way. So it's honestly more fun than most TV shows.
Okay. Do you like get respect as much as you want in school? Like,
The thing I see with respect is kids' version of respect and generations before them versions of respect are a little different. So oftentimes students feel disrespected by adults for the way that they handle things, but adults feel disrespected by students because of the way they handle things. And in truth, neither side is intending to be disrespectful, they just have different ideas of what respect is.
What do you appreciate about this job, mister?
The part that I appreciate about this job is all the trust that families give us to work with their kids all day. Because I know that, having kids myself, I know how important they are to me. And I know that believing in somebody to make up a whole chunk of their life with the work every day takes a lot. The fact that your guys' family trusts you with us makes a big difference.
do you enjoy working here as a teacher?
I do enjoy working here. The one thing I will say is a lot of times I work with kids who are struggling to find their way at all different grade levels. So it might be freshmen trying to figure out how to get along in high school without getting in trouble. It might mean sophomores or juniors figuring out how to how to get through the classes that they need, whether it be passing classes or taking classes that'll lead to their future. And it might be seniors that are getting their bravery up because they're getting ready to have to jump out the door and take off with their new life.
What do you think teachers do to motivate students here?
The cool thing about motivation is every teacher does something different. And so with that being said, if you were to ask 10 different kids which teachers are the most motivational, I think that you find that you get a lot of different answers. Because some things that one teacher does may work for 4 or 5 kids, but something another teacher does may work for the other kids in the room that didn't work for. But the big thing is we've come a long way in education. No longer is you're going to fail a class if you don't do this motivation. When I was a kid, the fear of failure is what motivated us. Nowadays, we're finding ways to motivate kids that may not fear failure of a class.
What is your opinion on how do teachers help students?
So the way I see teachers helping students is committing some of their time as well, whether it be preparing for a lesson, so coming in and seeing that a teacher did their job to get paperwork ready or to get things ready for them. I see teachers offering, not just telling a kid they have to go to tutoring, but that teacher themselves offering tutoring for that student and giving them an opportunity to see, or even adjusting as they see. So if a teacher has a homework assignment, they go to help you with it, and they see that that assignment isn't working for you, then thinking, oh, I need to do something different, whether it be change the assignment or tell the student to hang on until tomorrow and we'll work on it together, whatever that chance may be. But teachers going out of their way to make sure kids are successful in the things they're doing probably is the biggest thing.
Okay, so in your opinion, what do you think students, when students come to school, what do you think teachers enjoy about that?
So the cool part about having students come in is I learn from you guys every day. Sometimes I learn about teaching, sometimes I learn about computers, sometimes I learn about modern culture. You guys are the tech generation. And as adults, we tend to think of technology as can you build a computer, can you program something? But what we're missing is that so much of communication, so much of social lives, so much learning takes place with computers that we need to see things from your guys' point of view in order to understand that. And then the more things that I see that way, I start to realize that kids haven't changed as much in the last 25 years as teachers think they have.
Okay. What do you think students can do to help teachers gain better relationship with them?
The thing I would encourage students to do is, one, talk to teachers if you have a problem. A lot of times students will say, well, this teacher's done this to me 6 times and it bothered me all 6 times. But they never told the teacher after the first or second time that bothered them. But they need to let those teachers know, because otherwise the teacher may not know that what they're doing is hurting a kid's feelings or is discouraging them from getting something done.
I think I have a last question. What do you think, do you think teachers are basing students' grades off of tests and stuff?
That is something that's changing a lot now, okay? It used to be, you took a test, you got a percentage grade, and we checked the percentage grade on the grading scale to see what letter grade that earned you. But nowadays, kids have the opportunity to be successful through a lot of different avenues. So showing that you know what you're doing may be more than just being able to ace the test, which is especially important because these days, most things you need to know you can look up in a heartbeat. So being able to memorize everything isn't as important as it once was. But being able to have the skills to do it are more important. And not just being able to have the skills to do it, but have the skills to do it quickly.
Okay, well, do you have any more questions?
Yeah, what do you think your school system, Mr., can improve or change on?
So as far as our school system, there's a lot of things we can improve on. Some of these are things that we're currently trying to improve on. Trying to give kids relevant educational programming. Meaning, if a kid wants to be a plumber when they grow up, what can we do during the high school time to give them as many skills to be a plumber as possible? If they want to run a restaurant, is what we're doing in our high school preparing them as much as possible to run that restaurant. And knowing that every student's going to have different goals. And some students' goals may be realistic, some students' goals may be unrealistic. If they are unrealistic, what do we do to get them to realistic goals? What this entails is, it entails individualized work with students. There's no way to put 300 kids in a room, have them all do the same assignment, and say that they're all preparing for something different. So understanding that every kid may have a different need or may have a different goal, and then figuring out a different way to get them ready for it. And the crazy part about it is, the question was, what can the school system do? The school system's half of that equation. The other half is, what can the students do to help the school system to be that? And so that, on your guys' part, that means working with the teacher. I don't know of any shortcuts other than that, other than a teacher and a student working together to figure out what that student needs to know. But teachers are gonna have to be open-minded too, because what teachers were doing 20 years ago isn't good enough anymore.
Anyone else have any other questions? No. Thank you for your time,
Alright, thank
Mr.
you, sir.
Thank you guys.
Yeah.
And thank you for putting the work into this.
What do you enjoy about your job, Mr. Taylor?
I enjoy working with kids.
Is that all?
Working with teachers too.
What is the most interesting part of your job, Mr.?
Every day is different because kids are different and things just happen.
Do you get respect in the school?
Respect from who?
Everyone.
Students and stuff.
For the most part, yeah. Yeah, I do. Do you guys get respect?
Yeah. Yes.
Josiah? Yeah.
What do you appreciate about the school?
I appreciate how good our kids are and the relationships that teachers have with the kids.
You enjoy working here?
I love working here. This has been my favorite job I've ever had.
Is it better in Monte or was it a little bit better in almost?
It's better money.
So I have some questions. I want to see your opinion on. What do you think teachers enjoy like about school?
I think teachers are here because they love kids.
And then what do you think like teachers and adults would do to help students?
I think they spend their time to plan lessons to make sure that kids learn the best they can.
What do you think like teachers help to motivate students to do stuff?
Teachers, I think they remember what it was like when they were kids, so they try and create things for kids to be happy at school.
Do you think teachers like appreciate like what do you think teachers appreciate about the school?
The kids, and hopefully that it's a good place to work.
And then what do you think the students do to help teachers out?
I think students are here at Monte are very compliant, so people do things because they're supposed to do things. Yeah.
Well, what do you think like students enjoy behind the school?
Hopefully the relationships that they built with the teachers and of course lunch.
If you put yourself in the teacher's shoes, what do you think? Like, how would you teach that student that's like different?
Just really taking what the students enjoy doing and trying to incorporate that into the lessons and taking what students know and building on the stuff that you guys already know.
What do you think teachers and students could improve on in this environment so they don't have the problems they do?
I think building better relationships, like interpersonal relationships, that always helps. And being nice to each other.
And how do you think students can like help like the community and teachers and other people with like how they work and like how they teach and stuff?
Say it again?
Like how do you think like teachers and students can like bond together and help like other schools and stuff?
I think we've got to be nice to each other and realize that everybody's different and try and work together as much as we can.
Thanks for your time, Mr. Taylor.
Thanks,
It
Chris.
was nice having you.
Appreciate it.
Take the attendance.
Alright, we have this team, the English teacher for freshmen. Okay, so so then we have one question, or a lot of questions. First one is, do you enjoy your job?
I love my job, and it's a true fact because I quit teaching for a couple years and I came back.
Alright. What is the most interesting part of your job, Miss?
Getting to know all the different students here.
Yeah.
That's true.
Do you get respect in this school, miss?
I feel like I do. I feel like 99.9% of the time, you guys are pretty respectful to me.
What do you appreciate?
What do you appreciate about this school?
I love it when I see you guys outside of school, and it's so awesome to like see you guys and hey, this team, and get to see students after you graduate and seeing where you've gone with your lives and being successful.
Do you enjoy working
love working here. I love the students. I've got great friends who are teachers.
Okay, so now we have questions that we would like your opinion on. So, what do teachers like that? What do teachers do to help students enjoy school?
I think we have some teachers who try and make their classes fun. I know we've got teachers who do all kinds of silly things or come up with fun activities. I know some teachers will play games with you. They try and keep you engaged. Tell stories.
What do you think teachers do to motivate students?
I think there are good things that we do after school, like offering you guys tutoring, trying to give you incentives to get caught up. We offer you different places to go, like if you're struggling and you need some time to go work on other things, you can do that.
What do you think students can do to help teachers help them with their school?
I think sometimes we need to know like when to check ourselves, like when it's time to learn and when it's time to have fun. Because sometimes I think we get a little crazy. And then also know that like you guys can be successful and don't give up. Like don't give up. We are here to help you. So don't throw in the towel now.
So then, what do teachers do to help students?
What do teachers do to help students out? Is that kind of the same as? Okay. So I feel like we offer the extra programs. I know a lot of teachers are here before school to help you guys. I know there's a lot of teachers here after school, and I know it's not just like school problems. Sometimes we've got issues at home, and there are a lot of teachers who are willing to help you out with things that maybe aren't school related, right? Like if you've got something going on at home or with a friend or just life in general, we're here for you.
What do you think teachers can do to like bond better with the students?
I think we need to listen. We need to listen as adults and hear you guys. And we ask you to do lots of things and to listen to us, and so I think we can reciprocate that and listen to you guys.
Do you like most of your classes?
I do. I enjoy them. And it's cool, even though I teach, freshmen and juniors, and I teach like the same things in those classes. It's really cool to see, like, there's a big difference between my first hour freshman and my 5th hour freshman and my 4th hour freshman class. Like, they're all different, and even though we're working on the same material, like, they're all different because of the personalities that are in it.
Do you think the school can help like the students be better in like the community and help out?
I think we're really trying to work on that by activities that student council is doing, by activities that we're having each class doing, like having you guys go and do service projects. I thought it was awesome that we raised, did you guys know we raised $775 for the food bank and the animal shelter when we did our cookie drive? Like, you guys did that, and that's helping out your community. I know Mr. Woodkey's class is helping rebuild some floors, and I know that like the whole cultivating the trees and planting the trees in the parks, and you guys came over here I think last year as middle schoolers and helped with that, and we're still continuing that. And so I think there's a lot of good opportunity for you guys to help the community. We just all need to step up and help.
Thanks, Ms. T, for coming right here.
You're welcome.
Thank you for your time.
You're welcome.
What is the most interesting part of your job?
Every day is different because kids are different, their moves are different every day, teachers different every day, and it's just exciting to see what each day brings.
You feel respected in the school?
I feel respected in school. Yeah, I think for the most part by kids, our kids are respectful and do what they're asked to do. Sometimes they have bad days, but we get through those. I think the adults reciprocate that and are respectful to the kids for the most part.
What do you appreciate about the school?
Just I think how everybody gets along, kids look after one another. I don't think it's real cliquish. The athletes get along with the non-athletes, and the boys get along with girls, the upperclassmen get along with the underclassmen, students get along with teachers, teachers get along with one another, so it's just a real good environment to work in.
Do you enjoy working here?
One of those all good stuff, okay? Yeah, I like it a lot.
Yeah.
I like the people I work with, and I like our kids.
What do you think teachers can do to
Motivate me or motivate you? What can teachers do to motivate me?
No, like motivate like the students.
Oh, what can teachers do to motivate students? I think just show up with a good attitude every day and understand that each individual kid is different and looking for something different each day. Just like teachers, kids are gonna have good days and bad days. And if we understand that and work through them, at the end of the day, everybody gets what they're looking for.
what can students do to help teachers?
What kind of students?
What can students do?
What can students do to help teachers? Come to class prepared, come with a good attitude, that you want to work and not take the cases of a wicked class, so be prepared, ready to dress out, ready to participate within your group, help others that need help. Go to the academic classroom, same thing, make sure you got your homework done, and you got your device ready for that day's lesson, and pay attention to give your teacher some respect, and help students in your class that maybe don't understand the concept.
What can teachers do to help students?
Did we just ask that question?
Yeah, basically.
What can teachers do to help students?
Basically, yeah.
Yeah, we talked about
Yeah.
show up, understanding that
Yeah,
each kid has individual needs and
Sure,
try to
mine
meet
would
those
be-
needs.
What do you like about the athletic part of the school?
I think there's some good tradition here, and the expectations are high, that we're looking for success in all of our sports, boys and girls. Our numbers are good, the participation rate is really good, so hopefully we can work towards championships, and that's a good next goal.
Plus, we think football can help studies of kids get more fit.
Absolutely. I think it's good for kids of like, probably more than any other sport. Maybe football and wrestling are the two sports that are most conducive to a variety of size of kids. Big, small, heavy, light, strong, quick. There's a place for you in the sport of football. Because we need so many kids to play the game, offense, defense, special teams, linemen, skilled players. I think wrestling's similar to that because you've got everywhere from a 103-pounder all the way up to a heavyweight. So those are two sports I think that don't stereotype a particular size. You don't have to be real tall or super fast or whatever. There's a chance for you to be successful in those two sports in particular.
When did you start coaching football?
When did I start coaching football? 1982, 38 years ago. I've been doing it a long time.
What do you think your school can improve on or change?
Monte Vista. I just think that we're heading in the right direction. I think our kids all are excited to be here. I think they take pride in our school and our community, which is not that normal in a lot of schools, so we're fortunate in that way. But I think just taking pride in what we do around here every day, trying to get better, improve our test scores, improve our performance in the classroom, improve our performance on the athletic fields and courts. Again, it comes down to good attitude and work ethic, and I think our kids like that, and our teachers are looking for that, so it's a good formula for success. one son in Greeley and a daughter in Arvada, so I get to try to see them, and then yeah, I enjoy sports of all kinds, so watching sports on TV, going to events, I get a chance to go to a game, a lot of games, obviously, so I get a chance to go to practice and college football games, actually, with coaching, but I like doing those things, and I like to read, spare time, I like to read during the season, because you get away from games all the time, but that's something I like to do in the spare time. All right, guys, thanks.
Thank you for your time.
Thanks, Ross.
Have a good one.